Hi, my name is GUSWAI, actually GUSWAI. Thank you. I help retailer to grow and prosper. Today, I will share you 3 proven steps to shape corporate culture. Back to 2003, when I started my consulting business, I thought that my main job is to deliver competency only, because that's my expertise. But it's end with a lot of complaint from my clients, not because of the competency I deliver, but they complain about their own people. Then I realized that we are facing a corporate culture issue, right? Since then, whenever I started to give consultancy to my clients, I will start with what I am going to tell you today. Our company or our organization is like a ship with its complexity, and a ship needs a leader. Now you got the word leadership. I do believe that the word leadership came from this analogy. Don't you agree? So every ship needs a leader, and a leader should define the vision to which direction he will bring the ship to. And in order to empower the ship to sail, he will need a strong reason why he wants the ship to go to that direction. That's what we call a mission. A leader should have strong mission. It's the power for the ship to go to that vision. Now, a leader have a vision, have a mission. But, of course, a leader will not sail alone, right? He will need crew members, people to join the ship. But a great leader will choose the right people to join the ship. That's why when we welcome our people, we'll say, welcome on board. That's a good analogy. Now, back, what kind of people? I will suggest these 3 requirements, which I will show you with this triangle. Number 1, we need people with proper knowledge. The one who want to use what they know should become a skill. If you have these 2, then we will say you are competent. You are competent if you have knowledge as well as skill. Not only knowledge or not only skill. But as I told you before, that competency alone is not enough. There is one more important thing on the top of this triangle. That's what we call attitude. That's why there is a very well-known quote. Attitude is everything, as said by Jeff Keller in his book. Attitude is everything. It must be a strong reason why he mentioned that. And this quote is very well known after that. And I explain attitude first. Attitude is the way you think, the way you feel, and finally, the way you take action. What is behind? The values they bring since their childhood with their environment. Their parents teach them, teach everyone of the people who want to join our company. And these values form the attitude, the way they think, the way they feel, and finally, the way they act. And the attitude will be their character. And look at these people, different colors, to describe that they came from different environment, different background, different parents, different beliefs that form their attitude and finally form their character. That's why a leader will face this problem, that the people who will join the ship, they have their own values and they also already become the characters of these people. So, how we should start to make sure we can shape our corporate culture? Number one, define the corporate core values. You should define the ideal values. You want it to be the attitude of your people and eventually will create the character of your people, and it forms the corporate character or the corporate culture. So, make it visible. Make it visible, because seeing is believing. Not because you put it on the wall everywhere, it will automatically happen. It will not automatic, and it is not free. It will need your work hard. It will need your work hard. Trust me. Then you should again hire the one that fit your values. If you have the opportunity to hire since the beginning, do it rightly. Hire someone that fit your values. Because we can always teach competency, but we don't always have the right character. Now, I will show you the steps, what I call it the is steps, because there are 3 E. Number one, example. Be the role model. If you want the values to become their attitude, it is you as the leader who should show the example. Because our people, they don't hear us all the time, but they must be looking at us. They will see. Same like our children, no matter how much you talk, but if you never show them, they will not understand what do you mean. Show them what you want. For example, if the continuous learning is one of your values and you want your people to learn, show them that you are a great learner. Show them. By the way, I'm teaching with Udemy. How many of you know Udemy? Quite a lot. Because of that, I have students from 28 countries. What is interesting, India contribute the second biggest students for me. And what is more interesting, that all my courses are in Indonesian. Now I'm wondering if Indian know my language. Until now, it's still a mystery how this nation, other nation, can learn from my Udemy. That's an intermezzo. Okay, next, the second steps, encourage. Because you have done it, now you can motivate them to do as you do. It is logic, right? You cannot ask someone to do something when he never seen you do that. Embrace the values on daily basis. Never on a single day you don't talk about your values. Talk about your values, show them. Right? The values should live in your company. A good values should be able to solve so many problems in your organization. It should solve your problem. I help a lot of retailers to set up the values, and when an issue came, I said, okay, I can solve your problem with your values. Now, what is your problem? And I can answer, because these values has not been applied. So that's why the value should live in your organization. The third steps, after the first step and the second step, to this point, to certain times, you will come to this point. And tell, make it as a requirement, or bless them to acquire it as their living guidance. Acquire them as their living guidance. Because if you talk about competency, it is about you can, you cannot, able, unable. But if you talk about values, about attitudes, it is a choice. You want, you don't want. That's why there is a quote, attitude is a choice. I have a lot of quote about attitude. I remember every quote about attitude. Every attitude is a choice. So, our employees, our people will test you to the limit. Will test you to the limit. How serious are you to form this culture? Because they bring their own values. They already have their characters of their own. They will test you. Are you serious to form or to make these values become the corporate culture in the future? Because it takes time. So, my suggestion, be decisive. At one point, your quality as a leader is to be decisive. Because your decisiveness will solve so many problems. And in the opposite, your indecisiveness creates so many problems as well. This comes from my real experience. You really need decisiveness. To wrap up my points, my 3 proven steps. Number 1, You should be the example for your people. Second step, encourage them because you show them. Now the time you ask them to join your club. Until one point, it's very depend on your passionate. Be decisive and tell them, make it as a requirement, no more choice. That's why we have a term, go to the sea. In Indonesian language, we have that very well-known slang, "Ke laut aja." "Ke laut aja" means go to the sea. Not in my boat anymore. Go to the sea. If you don't want to follow my values, at one point, you should be very decisive. What you have learned from me today, it is proven to work again and again. You can use it if you want to shape your corporate culture. And as closing statement, if you don't define your corporate culture, your employees will. They will push you. Remember, they will test you to the limit. Are you serious to form your corporate culture? If you don't define your corporate culture, your employees will. Trust me. Thank you very much. This is my contact, my email. You can contact me through Linktree or my mobile number. I believe I am in the time frame, so if you have any question, please do so. Yes, sir.
Right. Hi, I'm Shrikant from EPAM, and I have a question. Now, most of us know that leaders are led by example, but it is also very important that the leader should also emphasize or focus on the mindset of the people. And unless and until the team members who are reporting to under him or working closely under him are not following the mindset what leader is following, then most of the values and everything will come down. So as per your proven strategy or as per your best practices, how can we ensure that leader not only led by example, but also train the people in terms of their mindset to follow the same vision?
Yes, of course. After you show your people, at the second step, when you encourage, of course, you're pulling them to join your club. Show them. This is the way how to do. You should do same as I did. Because I show you at the first step, now you will follow me. That's part of the training. You can do it by doing coaching. It is a process. It is not free, as I told you. It will need your work hard. And to do coaching to the people one by one, it takes time, right? Because one of the function of leader, not only order, because that's part of manager, part of leader, you should coach their team. That's part of the training. If not, I give it back to our moderator. Thank you very much.